The Air Force has decided to reverse their policy, forcing you to, in your oath to enlist or re-enlist, use the term "so help me God." They've faced a ton of pushback because an atheist airman who was trying to re-enlist was not able to because he refused to use that phrase. They are now taking away that requirement. So we're going to debate that. But first off, we have a reaction from somebody who's very frustrated by this policy change by the Air Force. His name is Pat Robertson. He's an expert on aerial warfare. So let's go to his reaction.
There's a left-wing radical named Mickey Weinstein who has got a group about people against religion or whatever he calls it, and he has just terrorized the armed forces. You think you're supposed to be tough, you're supposed to defend us, and you got one little Jewish radical who is scaring the pants off of you. You want these guys flying the airplanes to defend us when you got one little guy terrorizing them? That's what it amounts to.
Yeah, I mean, if one Jewish guy can scare you, how can you possibly bomb our enemies abroad?
Well, I mean, he's got a good point. What was the last Jewish guy anyone was scared of?
I don't know.
Not me.
Yeah.
No, it's really crazy. He goes on to say, you don't have to say you believe in God, you just have to say you want some help beside myself.
Yeah.
That's believing in God,
Yeah.
right? That's saying you want some help beside myself, so I'm going to ask God, but I don't have to believe in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have a slightly longer version of that, which I want to play because I have something to say about that. So let's hear Pat Robertson's full thing.
You know, we swear oaths and it's so help me God. Well, what does it mean? It means that with God's help, you don't have to say you believe in God. You just say, I want some help beside myself. That the oath I'm taking, it's just crazy. I mean, what is wrong with the Air Force? How can they fly the bombers to defend us if they cave to one little guy?
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, it doesn't mean that you believe it. Just say it. Why would it bother you? I mean, if we were to change it a little bit, I don't see why Christians would have a problem with saying, so help me Allah. What does it mean? It means with Allah's help. You don't have to say you believe in Allah. You just have to say you want some help beside myself with the oath I'm taking. It's just crazy. Or insert, Horus or Krishna or Thor or Romulus or whatever other deity you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you believe it. Why would anyone have a problem with that?
Yeah, and Pat Robertson's been spent his entire life caving to one little guy. So the fact that he's shocked that the Air Force is also funny.
Yeah. So just really fast, because in that first clip you saw that Mikey Weinstein of the Military Religious Freedom Foundation, he got thrown under the plane by Pat Robertson there. Just a little bit of details about him. He graduated with honors from the United States Air Force Academy in 1977, consistently earning placement on the superintendent's list throughout his studies. He then served as a U.S. Air Force JAG officer for more than 10 years, spent over 3 years in the West Wing of the Reagan White House as legal counsel to the White House. And he's talked previously about the pressure that was put on his children at the Air Force Academy, including anti-Semitic language and being asked how it felt to kill Jesus. So Pat Robertson, how much time have you spent flying airplanes for the Air Force? How much do you know about what goes on in the Air Force, what happens at the Academy, the pressure that's put on our soldiers? And for you to callously disregard the disrespect that's given to atheist airmen who want nothing more than to assist their country, serve their country, fighting and possibly even dying in combat against the enemies of the United States, for you to say that their beliefs don't matter, that they should stop whining, that's just ridiculous. I mean, those are U.S. Armed Forces members that he's denigrating there, and there's so many of them.